You hear all that crazy talk that Trump wants to buy Canada. They're not selling it. They're not going to sell there to be the 51st state. You know, the distraction, the car wreck, the whole nine, to keep everything away, to act like you don't know what's going on, the criminal enterprise, the whole hustle, it wouldn't do Canada no good to tie it to America because then you wouldn't need a passport to go, and then it would just take away everything that you knew. Now, why does he want Canada so bad? And what is the real intention and purpose? Why do you want to buy countries? Because that would defeat having a passport. That would, and as a matter of fact, European countries shouldn't even require that anyway if we get technical about it. Because the United States is the subsidiary of all those places, right? I mean, how do you build a free country in a place unless you are connected? So in times of war, in times of whatever you're doing. But they wouldn't do that. He sounds like an idiot with a simple fact that a country that wants to establish its own, that's already in war, well, peaceful, so on and so on with you, and you can make money, why would you want to divide to conquer? It would make no sense. You don't have enough in totality to pull it off, but you're hoping that if you can connect those dots in an ill-fated manner, that they will succumb and say, yeah, we'll let you buy us for this price. Now, King Charles happened to be in Canada, and he ain't say nothing about none of this concerning Trump. And I would think that any country that pride itself in having its own rules, its own regulations, they wouldn't do that. If Canada got bought out by Trump, I wouldn't even want to go there no more. And I don't foresee that's going to happen. And most of the people just think he just mad loony, so they not even paying it no mind. But how does things even come to fruition? Why would they come to fruition? The legalities, the legislation, the whole thing. And you do know there will be future occupants in the White House that will not want to mess with another country for different reasons or for various reasons because of the people and culture and customs. Even someone to make the absurd threat of that is absurd. Now, why I feel that you shouldn't have to get a passport to go to countries because of European destinations, etc., etc., I think that they should have their own domain. You go visit, and you have like a certain amount of times if you're going to go do that. But you shouldn't, they're all part of the same. But if you were to break that down where you bought a country, and countries were bought and based at different time zones and places. I get that with Russia and Alaska. But that's not what's going to happen here. That's not going to happen. Not going to go back to that because if you were to go back to that, then you'd have to do away with the systems that you've had in place. And there's too much money. And that's something that Trump's missing out on. He's not getting. They don't want to take money out their pockets when they've had money in their pockets for it being allowed to set such rules and agendas because different countries have different places and different ways that they operate. And you can't dictate that no matter how hard you might as a distraction. So therefore, I don't believe Canada is for sale. But Trump just ain't got that message. He just fixated on something that it doesn't jibe right. But he's up to something though. But how would you feel about if you're in Canada and they got bought out? How would you feel? I wouldn't like it. I like to visit. I don't want that to feel that they should have to succumb to what he's putting down. But what do you say? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Because I think it's comical and a joke. And it's not to be taken that serious because there's too many ramifications, too many legalities, and too many things that would not work out beneficial. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep in mind. Clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.